All right, so now we're in 2019. As a recap, we're at the beginning of 2019. Well, March time frame. I now have my divorce. He now has his license. We have a female dog, Gaia. So now we have Atlas and Gaia, the boy, the girl, and I'm pregnant. So I scheduled my OB appointment, and I get there, and sure enough, they confirmed I was pregnant. They was like, well, according to your last period, it looks like you ovulated on the 29th. And I looked at him, I was like, so we had our slip up on the 28th. I remember because I left that day because I had to be at my trainer on the 29th. So I was like, I took a plan B on the 28th within like 45 minutes of the slip up happening. So if I ovulate on the 29th, why didn't the plan B work? Like, the plan B should have worked, right? And he was like, well, it's not always 100%. Like, it's not always 100%. And I'm just like, but if I ovulated on the 29th, why didn't it work? And he was just like, it's not 100%. I don't know what else to tell you. It's just not 100%. And he started like looking at the bruises on my legs, because I got in the gown. He just, they did my exam or whatever. Now he was like the little insertion for the first ultrasound. And yes, I was at my appointment by myself. He did not come to my appointments. So he was just looking at my legs, and he was just like, oh, you got into a little tussle? And I was just like, oh, no, I'm learning how to box. I'm like, I'm learning how to box. He said, oh, well, you can't do that. You can't do that. I was like, yeah, I know. He's like, yeah, you're pregnant now. You can't box. I'm like, I know. And then he kind of like side-eyed me a little bit, and he looked at my chart. He's like, it looks like you're coming up on your annual. Do you want us to go ahead and do your pap smear while you're here? And I was like, yeah, let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. He said, do you want your STD testing too? I was like, yeah. Yeah, he said, okay, and we're doing your blood work. And we're going to have a HIV screening and your blood work to make sure all of that is good. I'm like, okay, yeah, you can do all that. So, got all my testing done. Out the way. But, it's standard. When you find out you're pregnant, it's standard to do the blood work for the HIV. It's standard to do the STD testing, whatever. I wasn't worried because, like I said, I was always up to date on my my testing or whatever not. So I felt like I didn't have anything to worry about. So sure enough, a week went by. They gave me a call to let me know that all my results were normal, and they're gonna see me at my next visit. All right, cool. Results are normal. So I let D know. I'm like, yeah, everything's cool so far. So far, so good. So he was just like, all right, you ready to tell the parents? I'm like, we gotta tell them right now? I'm like, he was like, yeah, we need to tell them right now. I was like, okay. I'm like, let's call your people first. He's like, okay. So he called his dad. Like, hey, Dad, like, guess what? He was like, what? He was like, Kiana pregnant. And his dad was so excited. He was so excited. Just congratulating us and whatever. And I'm just like, yeah. And he was just like, okay. Excited. So he was just like, all right, time to call your mom. I was like, I gotta call her right now. He was like, yeah, call your mama right now. Like, let your mama know. And I'm like, okay. Because, like I said, he has not met any of my family. Yes, he had a run-in with my sisters a couple months prior, but that was the extent of him meeting my family, like, the extent of it. So, I called my mom. I was like, hey, mama. She was like, hey, what you doing? I was like, nothing. I got something to tell you. She was like, what, Kiana? I was like, I'm pregnant. She's like, I know you fucking lying. I was like, mama, like, I'm pregnant. She was like, you keeping it? I was like, yes. I had her on speakerphone, and D was standing over me, so he was listening to everything that she said. It's like, you keeping it? I was like, yeah. And I'm looking up at him, and he like just fuming. You could tell that he was just mad, because the opposite of what his family was. Like, his family was excited. My mom was just like, what the fuck you doing? Like, the fuck? You pregnant? Huh? And I was just like, yeah, we gonna keep it. And she was like, Kiana, we ain't even met this man. Like, what are you doing? You already got 2 kids. Like, what are you doing? Like, you making real bad decisions right now. I need you to think about what you're doing. And I was just like, well, mama, it's gonna be okay. I'm working. I mean, I got the job. Like, yeah, I got the other kid, but I'm gonna be fine. I'm like, I'm gonna be fine. And I hit her with the line that he hit me. I'm like, baby's are a beautiful thing. She's like, I ain't stunned none of that shit you talking about. None of that. He's like, I'm not happy about this at all. I was like, I know, mama. I'm sorry. I'm just like, but you're gonna have another grandbaby. And she was just like, I'm not about to have another grandbaby. I'm not claiming that baby. I am not gonna claim that baby. And when she said that, he looked at me and was like, hang up the phone. And I was just like, mama, you don't mean that. She said, no, I mean that. I'm not claiming that baby. I ain't met that man. Like, I don't know what you got going on up there, but you're not making good decisions. Like, you need to reevaluate your life. He was like, hang up the phone. And I was just like, well, okay, mama, I'm gonna just talk to you later. I'm gonna talk to you later. She's like, nah, don't you talk to me later. And she hung up the phone. She hung up on me. And I looked up at her. He was just like, fuck your mama. I was like, that's my mama. Like, chill, that's my mama. He was like, nah, fuck your mama. For your mama to say she ain't gonna claim him, claim them as their grandchild, and especially if it's a boy, she ain't gonna claim him as her grandchild. Fuck your mama. We don't need your mama. And I was just like, but it's my mama. He's like, but you don't see how she talking to you? She talking to you like you a child. We don't need your fucking mama. Like, my people, okay, they are excited. Fuck your mama. I'm like, can you stop saying fuck my mama? He looked at me, fuck your mama. And I'm like, okay, all right. And then he stormed out the room, whatever. And I'm like, I'm gonna just let this fuck ass nigga do what the fuck he want. I don't care at this point, because now I'm pregnant. I really don't want to be pregnant. I gotta go through this damn pregnancy with this fucking maniac, and I got my mama mad at me saying she's not gonna claim her grandchild. And I'm just like, I need my mama, because my mama has been there for both of my pregnancies. My mom was there, especially when I had the baby. My mom was, the whole time I was in the hospital, my mom was right there. She was always there. So in my mind, I'm like, if I'm gonna have this baby, I need my mama. It can't be fuck your mama. It can't. And I'm thinking of ways to fix it. So I called my sisters to tell my sisters. They're like, you know, your mama already called me. Your mama already called me and told me that she was pregnant. And I was like, it was like, and you really gonna keep this baby? And I'm just like, yeah. And then my sister Brittany was like, well, if you like it, I love it. I guess I'm about to have another niece and nephew. But my sister Raven was just like, I don't like that nigga. I do not like him at all. It's something off about him. I don't like him. And I was like, well, you didn't really meet him for real. And we was already going through some things when, you know, when y'all was down here, for him to act that way. And Ray was like, fuck all that. Fuck all that. And she hung up on me. I'm just like, fuck, my mama mad at me. My sister's mad at me. And this nigga looking at me like, fuck them. And I'm just like, well, okay. So about a week went by. And everything is okay. It was cool. We was getting acclimated. The guy being there, trying to train her, trying to keep her and Atlas separated, because they did not know how to get along at first. They did not. So I got all this going on. And mind you, I am still working. At this point, I'm getting overtime every paycheck. Like, I'm at work from 7:30 to sometimes 7:30. Sometimes working 12-hour shifts for 5 days straight. Like, just so that we can have the money, because I'm the only one with an income. Like, we got 2 dogs. We about to have another baby on the way. And, like, I already got these 2 kids. So, about a good week or so went by, and I'm at work on my way. Darren had just picked me up from work. I was on my way home, just at work on my way home, and I get a call. I answer. I'm like, hello. They was like, hey, is this Miss such and such? I was like, yeah, who's calling? She was just like, oh, this is Miss from DFAX. I was like,